Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak, where last episode, having reached the Altamira Hotel's top floor, we stepped forward to face Melchior and what turned out to be the Oct-Geneses holding boss of Almata, Gerard Dantes, who sent forth two more mind-controlled people to face us, Prince Shalid and Najee. After managing to repel the duo, the Armata Don used the Oct-Geneses to draw forth fear from Najee, transforming her into Golden Thunder King Verifragna, as we did battle with Van changing into Grendel form as we defeated the threat. Meanwhile, the dance-off between sisters concluded with Sarah managing to free Shahina from the mask's influence. With the carnal cavalcade coming to an end, Armata made their retreat after we managed to steal the Oct-Genesis, and we now witness the aftermath.
Judith Lanster appears to be taking the loss of the Leon d'Or very seriously. She has now sworn to win against Nina Fenley next year in both festivals after acknowledging the younger actress as her true equal. Between that and Salvatore Gotti already teasing his next work, I'd venture to say the future has quite a lot in store for us. Next, the Quincy Company recently released a new addition to its lineup.
Man, I don't know how they can be so carefree after all the shit that went down. Especially Director Deviant. Takes a weird pair of balls to only think about how to make a movie out of it.
He's resilient, all right. The kind of man who always finds something on the floor every time he's knocked down. The news isn't saying much about the drugs or organized crime, though. Not that I'm especially surprised about that.
Yeah, that'd just put people on edge. Guessing it's probably Renee's people and the Principality hushing things up.
I was worried the Prince and Najee would be out for a while, so it's good they recovered right away. Zara and Shahina were able to pay off their debts, too.
Yeah, doubt those loan sharks were expecting to get it all back in one go.
Thank you for everything. If it weren't for you all, who knows where I'd be right now? Arusha must be really looking out for me.
Hey, come on. Don't sell yourself too short, yeah? You did all the hard work. We just offered a little moral support, that's all.
But still.
I wish we had more time to hang out. One of these days, you'll have to teach me some of your moves, okay?
Sure, sounds like a plan. I promise to pay you back for everything you've done. See you guys later!
They were both such lovely people. I'm so glad we got to meet them.
It sounds like the future is looking bright for them too, if they have such a big show confirmed already.
Yeah, not everyone gets to collaborate with a group like Crossbell's Arkenseal right out the door. They've got to be feeling some pressure, jumping into the big leagues so quickly. But they're up for it, I'm sure.
You've always had a ton of suspicious criminal contacts, but now you're drowning in public superstars too. Top actresses, big league directors, promising dancers. Bet you must be feeling like you've struck gold. What with all these famous chicks all over you lately?
What do you mean?
Well, Van?
Why'd you always gotta go right for my jugular? I was fine with this staying a quiet one-man operation, you know? Now all of a sudden I've got a load of employees, and both the CID and Elsheim Royals have their eyes on me. What a pain.
I think you're mostly to blame for that, though.
Mostly? It's all his fault.
I thought you made a positive impression on the prince, though. He seemed to really like you.
I have no excuse for my earlier lapse. Words cannot express how grateful I am you were able to contain the situation for me.
That was quite the ride we ended up on, indeed. But, all things considered, this has been a fruitful experience in several ways. As promised, I threw in a bonus on top of your base reward, so you have something extra to look forward to. It will arrive separately.
Appreciate it, Your Highness. I'll be on the lookout for it.
All that being said, this has certainly been a colorful little adventure, hasn't it? And I don't just mean with Armata and the Genesis. You're an intriguing fellow yourself, Van. I understand what Marduk sees in Arkride Solutions now. You can most certainly count on my continued support.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that liking. He was putting me on his radar. Granted, if he wants to give me some fat bonuses, who am I to say no?
It's definitely over 70% his fault.
70. Try 120.
Still, nothing good comes from biting off more than you can chew. Better to keep this operation focused. Besides, why do you have to bring Marduk's name up? They've got nothing to do with us now. Reset helping out was just a one-time thing. Now I'm back to being just a regular old tester. What's with all the confusion?
Well...
Yo, Agnès, you keeping stuff from him again?
I didn't mean to. I really only intended that with you.
Excuse me.
Huh, guess we got another client. I'll be right there. Funny. I must be seeing things.
Hello there. It's good to see you all again. Even if it's been less than a week since we last met.
Talk about a stickler for time. Not even a minute late.
I trust you didn't get lost on the way here?
Not at all. I've known where Mr. Arkride lives for quite some time. I look forward to working with you all.
What? Now just one damn minute. What's this all?
After the events of the other day, Marduk HQ undertook a thorough investigation and risk assessment of the situation. The possibility was raised that, on this exceptional occasion, the continued presence of an on-site concierge may be warranted. As a result, my subsequent internal application to be assigned directly to Arkride Solutions long-term was granted. And so, here I am.
It sounds like she'll be able to help out with a lot, including Mare, while keeping the details secret from Marduk HQ.
Plus, she can teach us more about shards and do a whole bunch of other useful stuff for us.
Yeah, there was something about having us try out some cutting-edge orbital net service, too.
That's right. I would greatly benefit from the wider pool of testers, rather than just Mr. Arkride alone. Of course, I will take care to ensure the terms of your contracts are fair and beneficial to you all.
I don't think any of us are worried on that count, as long as you're involved.
Oh, and I have, of course, already signed a lease for one of the rooms on the 3rd floor and deposited my belongings there. I believe you are behind on temporary employment tax paperwork and insurance applications for everyone here. I would be happy to help with those matters and more besides. So please, let me know if I can be of service.
Oh, we couldn't possibly leave everything to you. I'll do all I can to handle my fair share, too.
Ooh, but first, you should give me a crash course on how to use those shard footholds.
Gah! Can you people stop making decisions without me?
And so ends Chapter 3, Pleasure in Delirium. You never want to be on a prince's radar, because you can get up to many debaucherous things with that going on. And of course, another dance battle, a whole other mask shenanigans going on right at the end. And of course, on top of that, of course, so much stuff that's being kept from us. So much stuff. I'm like, when is the game going to tell us the stuff? Because even, like, the big boss man and Verne seem to have a little bit of a relationship going on. At least they are knowledgeable about things from each other, maybe. Apart from the other suspicious entities around the place. But still, we have received 12,000 mirror, which actually really bumps me up quite a bit. Let's check our results. After all, we swept... We quested like crazy.
Gotta keep this up.
69.
Then I'll update your rank.
That's enough for C++.
Got it.
And a macho belt. CP plus 15 every turn.
That's just about perfect.
Ah, look at the revenue.
I'm truly honored.
The expenses were that much. My revenue still overtook it. Deductions total 26,940. I'm rolling in it. I think I've got like 72k, 73k beer. Rosette stats have risen. How did you end up as employee of the month? Okay, it must not be S-Crafts then. I don't even think I actually ended up using Rosette's S-Craft. What? I thought it would be Aaron. How is it you?
Whether you need assistance in office or personal matters, know that there is nothing I, Rosette Twinings, cannot handle.
You weren't even an actual employee. How can you win Employee of the Month? I guess the spells were really good. The join up through maybe S-Figs is something we've got to look out for. I don't know. I thought it was big axe and kills. So therefore, I thought the S-Crafts would be the answer. But that's obviously not true. Right then, well, let's start setting the scene for chapter 4 or whatever's next. Let's put it that way. As we maybe return to Edith.
This is ridiculous!
You've had more than enough time. Why are the calculations still not done?
But Professor, it's impossible to be any more precise with our current equipment.
Not even the most cutting-edge engineering science or orbital science will allow for...
I will not be told what is or isn't possible by assistance! We knew about an inevitable lack of precision going into this! The theory is complete. Now do your job and find a way to realize it! It's as simple as that! You are working in the finest laboratory in all of Calvard, and it is high time that you started thinking like it! Whatever. I'll be back to hear your results in the morning. Just get to making progress!
Not another all-nighter.
I didn't think losing to Professor Cronkite would push him this far off the deep end.
I don't disagree, but complaining isn't going to get us anywhere. All we can do is get back to work.
This wasn't what we agreed! You both gave me your word that you would stay on until the Zypha standard was ready for the general population!
Oh, sorry. But my main research really needs my attention right now. I've covered all the tasks I was specifically left with, though.
As have I. Now it's time I devoted myself to that other project. Unless you would be willing to take responsibility were a problem to arise due to my lack of attention.
You know I can't do that.
Then it seems we've nothing else to discuss.
I really am sorry about this. Oh, I need to keep making improvements to that other thing I was given, too.
Ugh, why must the professor's students all be like this? Not to mention the woman herself. If she hadn't just up and left Basel in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue. Meanwhile, Professor Callahan's obsessed with his research into Adios knows what. What? Atwas and Red Star are threatening patent litigation? Then have their legal representative take care of it. Uldra and ZCF have a partnership now? Is this through that tech union? What are the details? Project AF's been leaked, but we had an agreement with Tyrell. It's already time for those educational visitations. Ugh, I don't have the time for this. Why can't problems ever come one at a time? I can't deal with all of this. Wait a second. I may have just worked out the perfect card to play. She left another student back here, didn't she? As I recall, he's become obsessed with that old facility.
I knew it! This is the best time of the day to see the Great Shadar Triangle. I just wish there was a little less cloud cover. By the looks of it, their conjunction will be about 10 months from now, so that should do it for my homework. I just hope she'll be back before then.
Who will be back?
Oh, don't mind me, it's nothing.
They said, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. How could I not be when I've got the two of you? And I'm not a child anymore. I can keep things safe in Gran's absence.
Hey, Dios above. You're too young to always be so serious. Hey there. How's it going so far?
I assume you mean with the new lens? I couldn't try it out fast enough. It's accurate to 0.03 microarch. The engineers of the artisanal district really are second to none.
Wasn't gonna settle for less than perfect on one of the professor's homework assignments. But I was really asking about you. You sure you're not working yourself too hard lately?
I'm fine. Honestly, I am. But thank you for always caring about me. It means a lot, especially since I'm sure you already have your hands full with work from above as it is.
Oh, I won't hear a word of that. You just leave worrying about that kind of stuff to me. Everyone's got their role to play in the world, whether it's as a researcher or as an engineer. And we wouldn't be fit to call ourselves artisans of Basel if we weren't willing to come help the professor's favorite student.
Well, thank you very much then. Oh, excuse me. Mr. Townsend, what could the CEO want with someone like me? What? Hold on a second. What do you... But this is the professor's... I'm on my way.
Ugh. What nasty crap is Townsend up to this time?
Roughly 100 years ago, the Calvardian monarchy was approaching its breaking point. Outside of Calvard, the vast empire in East Lemuria had fallen, and the empire had annexed Crossbell for the umpteenth time. Meanwhile, at home, citizens were starving, and the aristocracy ruled with an iron fist, ignoring the people suffering. This led to a group of unlikely heroes standing up to fight against injustice, led by Sheena Dirk, a firebrand student. At the time, few were willing to lend an ear to the seeming pipe dream of democratic revolution that she spoke of. But in due course, it began to resonate with the young in particular, and before long, she found herself leading a popular movement. The elites at the time fought hard to keep her movement at bay, causing many to lose their lives, and for Sheena herself to be locked away. But they could not stop the movement from becoming a revolutionary army with Dirk as its symbol. It was this army that toppled the kingdom. Even then, she still had the betrayal of her friend, August the Philosopher, and the invasion of the Empire's provincial armies to contend with. But in the end, Sheena Dirk went on to become Calvard's first president, and achieved a great many things during her time in power. Miss Claudel, could you give us an example or two?
Of course!
Her most well-known achievements are the Calvardian Constitution, which guides us to this day, and Edith's designation as our capital. However, I think that the founding of this very academy also deserves a special mention. The opinions of a great many thinkers, including her comrade, the artist Aramis, were reflected in its creation. But even the Royal Academy in neighboring Liberal and a military academy in Erebonia, our enemies at the time, served as inspirations. Aramis was founded to be a place where people of all races, nationalities, and beliefs could come together for the benefit of all. And I believe that as a result, it is a perfect embodiment of the ideals upon which our republic was established.
Quite so. Among her accomplishments, that one is especially pivotal. Aramis became the first head of this academy, and the influence his works had on the field of art cannot be... Boy, Agnès is so smart. She's so pretty too.
Talk about stiff competition, huh?
Shush! Pay attention to the lesson.
Homeroom. After class. Oh, we're back at school. As I'm sure you're aware, next week marks the beginning of your educational visitations. However, there are still a few of you who haven't chosen where they want to go. Much like the school festival in April, this is a test of what you can do independently. You will need to book your own lodgings as well, so I expect these last few submissions by the start of next week. That will be all. If you would, class representative.
Yes, sir. Stand. Bow.
I know it's out of the country, but Crossbell's a top contender for sure. Yeah, I'm dying to see Arkansas in person. I'm interested in Crossbell too, but I want to visit somewhere quintessentially Calvardian this time. Halcyon looks so pretty. I can't wait. A Longport or Mezzledam wouldn't be bad choices either. I want to go see the ocean. I'm quite interested in Tharbad too, especially after that film festival they just held. So what's eating away at you? What do you mean? We're talking about where you want to visit, of course. Admittedly, the whole thing isn't a compulsory part of our curriculum, so any first or second year can choose not to go. But you're not seriously considering passing it up, are you? Was I that easy to read? Well, you both already know about my circumstances, and I suppose they're not worth hiding to begin with, but I still don't know whether my job will need us to go anywhere, so I'm waiting until the last minute to decide. I knew it. You do seem to take a lot of business trips with that gig, huh? They got another new face recently though, right? That concierge maid woman? Oh, or are you concerned she's gonna get a lead on you? She is supposed to be really pretty. That's not the issue here.
Sounds like someone's having fun in here.
Oh, Ren. Phew. Good afternoon.
The same to you. I'll be doing a bit of visitationing myself, incidentally, since I enrolled this year. If we end up going to the same place, I'll do what I can to help with your lodgings. By the way, I think it's fine to leave your decision until the last minute if you're that concerned about your work-school balance.
You're teasing me again, aren't you? Still, I appreciate you saying so. Well, either way, I'd way rather stick with you, Agnès. Oh, you're just gonna follow? That's why you haven't picked either, right, Albert? I just don't want to rush into a decision. Where are you planning on going anyway? Crossbell, like so many others?
Actually, I know a few too many people there for that to be a good choice. I visited Longport and Erasion plenty too, and Tharbad isn't quite as enticing with the festival over.
I really wonder about her sometimes. She's just one big mystery.
No, I've made my mind up to go somewhere else entirely. A city that's like no other for experiencing both Calvard's history and its innovation, filled with wisdom and technology. A place where you can see the future of the Zypha Standard, the Orbal Network, and so much more.
Oh. You mean... obviously where we're going next. Tell me. Ooh, we're getting close to my birthday. Ooh, is it gonna fall on my birthday? Chapter 4, Disaster Protocol. 21st. 3 days away, baby.
I read your report. I'm pleased to see everything seems to be going swimmingly. I foresee no major issues in you conducting your support and operational work from Edith. As such, I will leave all but emergency matters to your discretion while you're with Arkride Solutions.
Thank you very much. I will continue to report all I can regarding the Almada matter, too, aside from the agreed exceptions.
Please do. Although I can't help but feel that much will fall under the exceptions umbrella.
I do apologize about that. However...
Oh, I didn't mean to sound critical of you. This arrangement doesn't violate the terms of our agreement in any way. I'm just sure you appreciate that we cannot allow complete free reign a la a certain society's agents.
Of course. That degree of freedom would not befit a corporate setting.
Now, I am very interested in the actions of Van Arkride and his personal hollow. Just as much as I anticipate perusing your own data from your time there. I'm counting on you, Ms. Twinings.
I will not disappoint you, Mr. Thorndyke. Marduk truly is an enigma, even to those in it like me. They prioritize profit above all else, but also use a perfect mixture of truth and lies to blur just how far their reach really extends. But I suppose I'm in no position to decry that. Well then, it's time I started work for today.
Oh, there you are! Someone's in a good mood today.
Hey, done with school for the day?
I sure am. Are you doing some maintenance before work? You're so dedicated.
My girl only deserves the best.
Oh yeah, your Kuro used cars to get around too, right? It pops the car buff at all. I don't know if I say that. He drives a Leno that I know. Oh, but he's pretty picky about his tires and shock absorbers, whatever those are. I'll bet if you're driving across mountains and deserts all the time, you need only the best. You have no idea how much work I had to put in to tune her up so we'd have a smooth ride over the sand dunes in Tharbad. Really? I would have never have guessed you did anything special. Okay, let me give you a primer. So the most important tweaking you could do is the suspension, right? And... what's that over there? Yeah, that. It came from Malsame this morning. It's a present from the Crown Prince. That's right.
I threw in a bonus on top of your base reward, so you have something extra to look forward to. It will arrive separately.
It's a custom part made with top quality materials, and I mean top quality. Being successor to the throne means real money to burn. Kinda pisses me off that he conveniently sent it just as it was starting to get a little too snug for everyone to fit in. Ah! Is it something designed to add more seats to the back of the car then? Huh, how'd you guess? Because it's logic. It had to be done. I think I've told you this before, but I've got a brother who left our corps and set out on his own. When he came back to the village for a brief visit last year, he had something like that attached to his car too. Though it's possible he's got a different car now. Gotcha. It's probably riding the same one, if I had to guess. You think so? Maybe you're right.
I thought I might find you here, Van. And hello, Fairy. Yes!
You always get here 10 minutes early. I don't mind you being a little more lax, you know.
I'm sure you don't, but it's a hard habit to break once you've started.
Guess that means I can hit the hay a while longer then.
You should try taking a page or two out of her book, Mr. Serial Nightcrawler.
Hey, what I do in my free time's my business, Chief.
You do know it's almost noon.
Yeah, almost noon.
I'm glad to see everyone gathered.
Now get some grub and get out of here before the lunch rush hits.
Get out of here! Thanks a bunch! Let's go eat, guys!
Sure thing. Man, any more people and we won't know where else to put them.
Maybe, but I think it's nice.
The group had an early lunch at Montmartre. Once done, they gathered in the office to plan out their workload. This will be the final day of my trial period. Why are you even on a trial period? I hope I'll be able to learn quite a bit from you all by the end of it. I'm not sure you even have anything to learn at this point. You know so much about everything here that it almost feels like we're the ones learning from you. She's already wrapped up all our pain in the ass paperwork too. You should just make her the boss and be done with it. Hell no, but it really is a big help having you here. You're not an assistant so much as a superhero. Well, I'm sure you've got your share of other stuff to do elsewhere, so don't need to cross every T and dot every I on my account. It's not doing the crew any favors to be so dry on work either. Start making some time for yourself. Oh, but I couldn't. I know I'm not as capable as you, but I'll work hard to narrow the gap between us. So please, let me share some of the load. Everyone needs a good work-life balance. I'm here to help too. Why? If she wants to do all the tedious shit, just let her. Especially since someone's got something else on their mind, just eating away at them. Well, you just want an excuse to be lazy. Your wild combat style already makes you hard to fight with, you know. You want to take this outside, small fry? Let's do it. Ah, that's enough, you two. I would much rather all of you were able to focus on your studies and hobbies. But if you insist, I will endeavor to use some of my time for my own benefit. Glad to hear it. So, goes without saying that Rosette's coming with me today, so's Agnès. The rural staff's just been updated and I wanted to try out this new service I've been hearing about. Oh, that sounds good. I guess she would be a lot more suited to that than me. Pretty sure I could master it in minutes if I gave it a whirl. I don't know, might be tough for someone with a wild combat style. Anyway, I'm still going to bring one of you two to round us out. Whoever's left will be handling the office work. Shopping, stuff like that. No slacking allowed. I wouldn't dream of it. Yeah, sure, hurry up and pick then. We are gonna leave ferry for the office work, etc. Because we took ferry last time. I almost feel like leaving Aaron to do it based on everything, but still. Agnès' orbital staff has been updated to use more powerful subparts. Obtain the white headpiece 2 weapon subpart for Agnès' weapon. So let's go see what this new service is about, shall we? We use it from a special computer in your room, right, Rosette? Yes, I'll point it out to you. Let's do this. What about this new subpart I've gained? Got a new achievement. Deploy the month to Rosette. But I wasn't hoping for Rosette to be it. That's so irritating, but also fine. White headpiece 2. Is it really that much better? No, it does seem to be. Art damage up 63. Compared to what we got. ATS up 4. Speed up 4. And AV plus 4%. Art evasion. We just lose defense. But she doesn't want to get hit anyway. So, yeah, it's pretty big gains. Just randomly getting a piece for free ain't bad.